Have you ever wondered whether it was possible for something to be perfect? In this video, I'll talk about the first building block for perfection in musical performance. That's the tuning of the A on the violin. In other words, the perfect A. If you stick around to the end of the video, I'll offer some words of wisdom from my violin teachers. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Down in the links, you can sign up for a poster with words of wisdom from Beethoven, and I promise you're going to love what he has to say. Now let's talk about that perfect A. Once you've tuned a violin thousands and thousands and thousands of times, you can pull that A, you can pull the sound of that A out of thin air. But when you're first learning, you have to learn how to get a bead on that signal. In the old days, we always had a method to do this. You could always just pick up the phone, and there it was. Now, it sounds a little wavery to me. It sounds a little bit flat, if you will. I could never get a good bead, but if you just didn't have any idea at all what it was going to sound like, you could always just pick up the phone and hit that dial tone. After you've been playing a little longer and you've decided you're serious about it and you're picking up lots of accessories to help you learn how to play, you'll probably get one of these. This is your A tuning fork. And most players, this is the one that they keep, this is the one they use. And typically you'd think of using a tuning fork like this. You activate it, you hear it, and it gives you that A. That's great, but there's an even better way if you play the violin to get a sense of that A. If you have the violin, there's something else you can do, and this is super cool. Wow. All right, so let's actually try this while tuning. Yeah, I feel like my whole auditory system just tuned into this, and it's almost like the waves are just reverberating through your skull, and honestly, it's great. Okay, that sounds flat to me. Okay, that sounds about right. Okay, one thing you want to do is not only play a long tone, but you want to kind of chop it and see how it resonates, how the waves resonate. Because sometimes if they're sharp or flat, the sound waves will be sharp or flat too. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Let me measure it off the tuning fork again. Yeah, I think I got it. I think I'm happy with that. Now, I know that we live in a society where there's a lot of pushback against the idea of working to perfection or striving for perfection. And here's where the words of wisdom from my violin teachers would come in. They would say, "Are you kidding me? If you're not perfect, you're not even playing." In the next video, I'll be talking about how to tune the other strings to perfection. In the meantime, if you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Sign up down in the links for your words of wisdom from Beethoven. It's a poster, and I can promise you won't want to miss that. And I've also written an essay. It's a letter to my violin teachers who, I have to say, they made me what I am today, and it's a great explanation for why I decided to wear orange. Thank you so much for coming by, and I hope to see you next time.